Good afternoon. I'm Vicky Keeler and this is my colleague Joe Taylor.
Hello.
We're here from Fly Cheese Productions, here with Matt Price from ITV. What's the significance of the Special Olympics being in Sheffield, Matt?
Well, I think over the last few days I've been around speaking to all of the different people that have been competing in the game. And I think the significance is the fact that it gives a platform for everybody to get involved in sport. And that's been really, really nice. It's all about getting involved, showing there are no barriers, despite people having certain obstacles in their lives. They can get involved, they can succeed. And, you know, I was kind of watching the swimming the other day and thinking, you know, these guys are really, really good. The standard is extremely high. And I think that's something we can probably all take away. These guys are training day after day, week after week to get as good as they can be. And we're seeing them in action. And I think it's fantastic. Being in the north of England as well is always good. This is the 10th Special Olympics, I understand. And to have it in the north is great. We often hear about the Olympics and the Paralympics, and they're always in sort of cities down south a lot of the time. To have it in the north of the country is brilliant. And I think Yorkshire's really embraced it. The people of Sheffield have got behind the games and have loved every bit of it, as have I.
What are your highlights of the games?
I think just being here and seeing everybody's faces. You speak to all of the friends and the family and the competitors, and everybody's got a smile on their face, a look of joy. But I think one thing I will take away from it is the basketball. I was there yesterday watching all the competitions there, and the cheers, I've never heard anything quite as loud in my life. Everybody was screaming and yelling. And one story I took away from that, and I used it on the TV last night, was a guy called Christopher King. He's 30 years old, and about 5 or 10 years ago, he was the kind of person that didn't want to get involved in sport. You couldn't get him out of the changing room. He didn't want to socialise with people. You know what, yesterday we saw him scoring basket after basket, being cheered on by friends and family and his teammates. And it was so special to watch that. And you think, actually, if we can take anything away from the games, it's that. Just look what we've done for people like Christopher.
What sort of equipment do you use?
Well, this is all the equipment from our cameraman Simon, who's hiding away over there, but I bet you'll get a picture of him later. So I'll talk you through very quickly what it is. This is an HD camera, that stands for high definition, so it gives you a really good picture, nice clear crisp picture when you're watching it at home on the TV. This is our tripod, which the camera sits on, fairly self-explanatory. Looks a really heavy piece of kit, but in fact it's really, really light. It probably weighs, I don't know, not very much at all. You can pick it up with one hand, no problem. Bits and bobs at the end here are all to do with the zoom and the pan. We've got some microphones just like you have there, so we can all be heard what we're saying. And this is a new piece of equipment to ITV News. It's a bit posh. You've probably seen the big satellite trucks driving around with the dish on the top. We don't use those very much anymore. We're using these things where you can literally send the feed straight back to the office on what looks like a sandwich box, I suppose. So it's really easy to keep in the back of the car. You can plug it in and away you go. We've got a light here which makes us look thin, hopefully. Thin and healthy, which is what we like. And a bigger microphone here with a big fluffy thing on, which people always think look like a dog or an animal, but that's to stop the wind blowing away. It's making lots of noise. So essentially 3 key bits of kit that help us get from a field in the middle of Sheffield to a television at home when you're having your tea.
Thank you very much, Matt. Back to the studio.